Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to January 10th, 2025, PeakFlow Power Hour number 15. We are here. Marcus is just punching you guys through the screen. I'm just kidding. We're just super hyped to be here, sharing the knowledge, sharing all the information that you want to know about business, life, entrepreneurship, relationships, everything you want to know. Let us know. We'll answer it to a.
Oh,
to
we're
our best
expanding the
of our
topics now,
abilities.
Trevor. We're going into some general topics, sir.
We are going into topics that are related to business,
Oh, okay.
because it all ties together.
I agree.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, let me share my screen. The 3 pillars of successful life. I made this video. It's going out in 3 days, but the video is going to talk about health, wealth, and relationships, and why all 3 are very important to see success in every single part of your life. We have Mateus says, "Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?"
What's good, bro? Sam, what's up? Hey,
Sam
Sam.
says, "Hey, hey, hey." So while we wait for more people to roll in and to hit us up with all the questions,
If you guys have any questions, drop it down now. Or we're just gonna have rambling a little bit.
we love rambling because this is our yapping session of the week. We get to yap for a whole hour.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how was your week so far this week, Marcus? Yeah.
My week has been stressful.
Oh, really?
My week has been stressful, Trevor.
How can I make it better?
Oh, that's very nice. You know why my life's been stressful?
Why?
I don't want to get too crazy with it. Okay, I don't want to bring it too dark, but like obviously, like you guys know what's going on with the California fires right now. It just blows my mind how like they ran out of water. Like my question, because I searched up, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Search up California geography. They're next to the ocean.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. It's just like, bro, like I don't understand because I'm like just like a business owner. So, and that's why I'm saying things have been stressing. Inefficiency has been stressing me, bro. I went to do a body checkup the other day, and like I showed up on time. My checkup was at 9:45. I showed up at like 9:40, and then I pull up and they go and tell me, oh, you're gonna have to wait like extra 25 minutes. I'm just like what's going on? So that's the reports have said I have a higher cholesterol,
High
probably because
cholesterol.
a little higher than last year. I've been more stressed, I presume. And it's probably because I'm just like, I just be stressing myself out from these things where like I shouldn't be stressed out, but I guess I'm just a business owner. Does this stress you guys? Am I making sense? Do I sound crazy? It's just like inefficiencies. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I see. I think I mean, most people, or just yesterday, I was talking with someone that they said they were actually happy that California's under fire. It's a deep topic, but they were like, burn all the people in Hollywood, burn all, like, it's like people, you have people on both spectrums.
I just feel like there's enough resources for everybody. I don't know why I like come down. It's like can't even get water. Like, bro, we pay 45% taxes, bro. Or at least like I'm in New York. I fucking pay OD taxes.
Time to move out.
Dubai.
Yes, I love Dubai, even though I haven't been there. I
I
love it
told you
because of
about
the
the Dubai
taxes.
citizenship, though. Remember I asked that accountant.
Yeah, I think it's all possible because
Is it really? You could get Dubai citizenship.
100%. When you
Interesting.
have money, anything can happen.
Interesting. How much do you think it would
If you,
cost? Nah, maybe not. I'll
I don't
say
know,
it like that.
50,
Like,
100K
okay.
for 2 people probably. Yeah, I don't
That's
think
in-
it's too bad, but I don't know. Dubai compared to like where we are living, it's like a complete different.
yeah, it's a
It's a
different
complete
hemisphere. It's a different
360.
world. Yeah, it's a different world.
Is it part of a desert?
It's in the desert. Yeah.
It's in the desert.
It's in a
Right.
desert.
So I'm in the opposite of a desert. We're in a winter storm. Someone says, what is PeakFlow about? That's a good question, Mr. Satori. PeakFlow is about brotherhood, self-excellence, and we do that through pioneering education through high-ticket dropshipping. Now we do a lot of other things, but that is what our main focus is, primarily for the most part right now. Would you agree?
Couldn't have said it better.
Amazing. Mateus says, what's a major point you should choose over supplier A over supplier B? Should you look for margins or... Well, in the beginning, you should not be factoring anything into your supplier acquisition. You should just be getting all the suppliers in one sheet and then calling each and every single one, closing as many as you can. And then once you have those suppliers, then you can always, choose the ones that have higher search volume, good margins. That's usually what you want to prioritize. So with that being said, we have a little introduction for all the new people that are watching for the first time. So I guess, who is Trevor Zheng? Yeah, that's me.
Who is Trevor Zheng? Let me ask that. Trevor, who is Trevor Zheng?
That's a good question, and I actually was going to make a video on that topic.
A video on a live is crazy, bro.
No, a video on the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Just because I just want to have like a video there, so I can just like send people. Like, who is this?
Bro, who are you, bro? Like, who are you, Trevor? You see, you ask that to me every live now, right? That's a gravitated question.
That's a good question. Well, my story is, who am I? I'm just another person on planet Earth that just started from absolutely nothing. I discovered e-commerce, which is a business model, basically selling products online at a very young age. And basically, I tried so many businesses, at least 10 plus, more than I can count on my fingers. And I tried so many, I failed on so many businesses until I stumbled across high-ticket dropshipping. And I actually discovered that through a podcast. And through that podcast, I was kind of shown this business model as like the solution to the other business model, which is low-ticket dropshipping. Instead of selling products from China, you ship products from the US. Instead of using instead of using Facebook ads, you use Google ads, which is higher buying intent versus people that are just scrolling on Facebook. So it all just made sense at the time. So I just dove my toes in and just started going through the business model, trying and failing along the way, and met a lot of new people. And along the way, I tried other businesses like low-ticket e-com, SMMA, affiliate marketing, and SEO content sites. And some of them I had some success, some of them I just failed straight up. But along the way, it taught me so many skills like team building, marketing, sales, how to build a website, how to do email marketing, how to craft a good offer, how to A/B test. A lot of these skills that are universally applicable to any business that you start. So along the way, I picked up all those skills, and now I've been doing high-ticket dropshipping since 2021. And now I also been teaching others how to start this business model since 2023. So with that being said, if there's one thing you should take away from this is it doesn't matter what business that you start, the longer that you stay consistent with it, the more likely you will succeed with it. And I'm pretty sure I spelled succeed wrong. That's okay.
All good, bro.
I just have to read this comment. I watched
That's
your
why I
videos from
laughed.
4 years ago. I was actually talking to Sam on the group call yesterday, and I was saying something like, you just improve over time with your speaking abilities and your video skills. Just watch my videos 4 years ago. And I didn't want her to watch it, but she pulled up the videos from 4 years ago. Actually, I'm unprivated those just because it just shows I documented everything from the beginning.
That's pretty cool,
I
bro.
hope you guys don't watch those because those are absolutely cringe. Now watching them, but it shows you like as long as you just stay consistent, constantly improve, then 4 years from now, I'll be in a way different position. I'm sure.
Those videos are the gems, right?
Yeah. Well, that being said, ha ha ha. Marcus Lamb, who is who is Marcus Lamb, and what is your story that you want to share with the world?
Um, my name's Marcus. I need to change that photo because it's the same one every week.
Yes.
And yo, listen, message to the world. I just want to let the whole world know that you could achieve your dreams. Like me and Trevor, we're not like coming from anything crazy. Like we started from the ground and had to keep building things up. And if there's one thing I know you guys could all relate to is that if you're diving into entrepreneurship, you're gonna have struggles. You're gonna have hard moments that's like inevitable for business. So with that being said, I believe that you guys just have to recognize one thing, which is, and I learned this from Tony Robbins the other day. Tony Robbins is like a very big uh, motivational speaker and stuff, but he said that when humans recognized one pattern, entire civilization changed. Do you guys know what that one pattern is? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. I don't want me to clickbait you guys. What's the one pattern? What's the one pattern? The one pattern was seasons. When we realized that you have fall, winter, spring, summer, now you know when to harvest, when to reap, when to work hard. And I wanted to say that because that was a really good representation of my life. I feel like everyone has seasons, and what you guys see on that screen, that was just purely like one of my seasons of, honestly, that was like my springtime. Like going to school and learn and like that traditional route, like that was, I feel like I was like a baby now, and like it took a long time, going through many seasons, but now here I'm at, sharing with you guys what we know and learned from High Ticket. So it's been a while. It's been a journey. I'm just saying this because, I remember when you first start, there's a lot of uncertainty. So just remember, now is not forever because, things change fast. You just have to know which season of life you're in, and everyone's going to have a winter season. And Trevor, I know you, I'm sure you had like your tough ass times too, like your winter arc. And it's safe to say, hopefully, we're getting into spring, like real spring of harvest. I can't wait to, just see what we have in store for you guys say with, PeakFlow and everything that's to come these next few years. So glad you guys are here in the earlier stages. We're merely just beginning. Cheers.
We're already a third through January. Isn't it crazy?
Yo, Trevor, your birthday was yesterday.
Yes, it was.
How was it?
I turned a sweet 22.
Oh, word?
22. Yeah. Yeah.
This 22 feels
Thank you.
21.
22 does not feel any different than 21. 21 does not feel any different than 20. Age is just a number. I feel like anything that feels different is just through like seasons as well. Seasons of your life. For me, that's kind of like business, personal life. Yeah, but like age is really just a number. I had a good birthday. Thank you for everyone that wished me a happy birthday. If I listened to Marcus's story where I had to take a shot for every person that DM'd me, I would have to take like 30 plus shots. And good thing I escaped that. I'm gonna do 300 push-ups instead. I think that's a little bit better than 30 shots. But yeah.
That's funny.
Kurt says, "Hi, how many stores are you all running by yourself currently?" 1, 2.
Well, with all our students combined, we're like overseeing like so many at this point. But
We're 100.
But like my personal recommendation, because I'm like the guy that goes in like every fucking direction. It's like, yo, bro, sometimes focus on like one, maybe two if you're really about it, but like, and just keep growing that. Like that's the best bet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we both have one primary store that we try to run, and then
Exactly.
we have like some side chicks, on the side. Side stores.
Keep
Side
it
stores.
PG, Trev.
Social media makes it easy to dehumanize people because they think of them as a group. Each of those people is a person with kids, family, and life, etc. Do you agree with this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's a sad world we live in.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is kind of sad at the same time. Like, logically speaking, there's not much we can do about it. So you just live and improve. Just do what you can control. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think like it can be morbid to talk about stuff like that, but at the same time, I think the answer to it is like we all just have to work together. Like, just have to
Mm-hmm.
try to do your part and share with others.
Yeah. And I got an Instagram comment says, "Do you have a community and how can I join?" Yes, we have it linked on every single YouTube video. You can join the school community. Alex says, "Trevor's the best ecom guru." Thank you very much. Uh, Hello from Sri Lanka. Another person says, "How has making this type of money affect your romantic life? In a good way, that is. Do you have more options?" That's a good question.
Oh, well, that's a good question. I like that question. Trevor, could you just rephrase and repeat that
Okay,
question?
well
And
let me just reread the question. You can go first. How has making this kind of money affected your romantic life? In a good way, that is. And do you have more options?
Well, you just say it like that, bro. Stop. Like I'm blushing. Um, but that being said, listen, it's a very hard answer to answer. I'll tell you why. Because if I were to say no, I'd be lying. But at the same time, it's very important that people understand that money doesn't necessarily just equate to a better romantic relationship. Money gives you the access for the freedom to go maybe travel more nicer, a little nicer place when you go to a brunch on a high rise, and maybe you could actually get the, you know, the nicer instead of like, so in that sense, it will help boost and improve the relationships. Um, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's like a direct correlation, but at the same time, there's a little correlation. So that's my answer.
It's a good answer.
Thank you.
My answer to that is, I mean, money itself does not give you more options. I don't believe it does. It can give you, well, it kind of contradicts itself. It does give you more options, but
It's
I would
weird.
say
It's a dual thing.
it gives you like easy to access options, if you know what I mean. Just
Well, I know what you mean. I would just go. Well,
um yeah, I mean in relationships, it's not just money. It's health, wealth, and how you present yourself as a person. Are you charismatic? Are you outgoing? Are you
money gives you
a lot
the
of
opportunity to like go and venture into those experiences, though. So you know what I mean? Like
it definitely
with
gives
some,
you more opportunities, but if you don't take action on those opportunities, you're still left with the same amount as the person that doesn't have that money.
all right, next question.
Let me see. Hey Trevor, wish you had a happy birthday. Thank you very much. Hope you had a very hope that goes very well for you. Question: after how many days should we do a follow-up call?
How many days should
For suppliers, you want to do one every 1 to 3 days. Jill says, "Yo, happy birthday." Thank you very much. Okay, back to business. How realistic is it to build our store to 100K yearly profit in a year if you grind? 100K year profit is just 8,333 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, you can get there your first year. And I think quite a bit of people do get their first year. And even if you don't, most people get their second year, if not. I think the first year is just a lot of trial and error and learning business because if it's your first business that you ever run, gosh, you're going to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
How to do marketing, how to read the numbers, how to build a team, how to talk to suppliers, how to build a team. A lot of these skills, yeah. And even if you don't make the amount of money that you want, the amount of skills that you learn in a given year, no college degree will ever teach you. And I was talking to someone on our team. He's going to college for business. And on his exam, he was asking like, or there was these like marketing questions. And it's asking the most weirdly worded, most illogical way to ask questions in the marketing space. It's like you make everything sound 10 times more complex instead of just asking the most straightforward question. I think that's how just college is in a nutshell.
Practical to build a business to like 100K if you break down the numbers, right? Like 8K profit, 9K, 20% margins. What's the store revenue do? Which products do we need to sell with these numbers at X amount of quantity? So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think it's very important to not focus on that 100K yearly profit goal and just work on learning the skills, and then the money always automatically comes afterwards.
Amen to that.
Amen, man. Cash says, what is the cost to join the academy? You could join the free school community. Link is in the description. If you want to join the coaching program, you could book a call and we can talk about pricing and what option best fits you.
Nice.
In terms of wins this week, we had Tyreek with a $2,000 sale. Tyreek's actually been in the program for a little while, but he's actually been facing payment processing issues. So he had to look for a new payment processor, and then he did find a new one, but it took him a little while. And after he found his payment processor, sales would just start coming in. From what he said, there was a lot of leads, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 leads that were just begging to order from his store, but his payment processor wasn't working. So probably by end of the month, you will have some more 20K, 30K orders coming in. We got Marcus, the man Marcus.
Yeah, that's my order. Great way to start the New Year's.
Nice little 10K.
Nice little 10K.
Yeah, that's me.
Then we got you. Wait, all right, let me ask a question, because I know a lot of people are wondering. Without sharing what you sold, okay, what did you sell? Or like how did you get because it said 18 items. What's your thought process on high quantity items with high ticket dropshipping? Like thoughts on that?
Yeah, this person just emailed us, our support email, wanting to buy like 18 items. And then my VA sent over the order with a discount code, applied to it, and then they checked out.
Fuck, bro. Like, it's not even right?
It wasn't that complex. And I'd be getting comments saying like, oh, did they wire you? Or do they need to use a credit card? Like, is the order size this big? Can it go through? No, it's just a regular order. They just emailed the support email and then just bought.
That's so funny. So what do you have to say to someone that is running ads, but they're not getting 15K order? Like, is it like what would you look at for them? Is it the ads? Is it the product? Is it what do you think? Like how you know?
Well, I'm not getting $15,000 every day, but
Hmm.
um, if you're getting orders, just any order size, then it means something is working. But how I
Mm,
like analyze it is like everything is a funnel.
mm,
You have your marketing at the very top, and then you have your website, and then you have your sales process, and then you have your back end. Everything is
mm,
a funnel. And you have to think of it as a customer journey. When someone clicks on your ad, assuming that they are high buying intent, which they are if they're on Google and searching for your product that you're selling, and then you have your marketing set up correctly. If that is all correct, right, everything is correct on the ad side, and you're not making sales, it's not the supplier. 99% of the time, it's not the supplier because you probably have a good supply with brand demand. Let's just say a big supplier that a lot of people have, Mr. Cool. They have like 30,000 or 20,000 search volume. And Mr. Cool, they make like HVAC systems, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000. Why are some people selling tons of those, and why are there some people that are struggling to even sell one? What difference does that person have versus the person that's struggling? You have to analyze it on every single part of the funnel. Starting with the
mm,
ad. Is their price the same as you? Okay, they are. Now, on the shopping ad, what do they have better than you? Is their title more optimized? Do they have a better image so they're getting more clicks than you? Um, do they have reviews on the ad? Do they have free shipping by January 9, 2025, or free returns for an offer on the ad? You have to compare every single component because at the end of the day, what customers are doing are just comparing offers. And whichever offer is more compelling or is just straight up better, they're going to buy. Now, not every customer is going to do that, but the better your offer is, you're going to convince more customers easily to just go and buy from you than to compare shop from five other retailers. So that's in the marketing side. Then you have the website. Okay, website. Do you is your price the same as everyone else's? Okay, assuming that is correct. Do you have reviews? Um, do you have images, videos, descriptions? How well is your description written? If yours is better than your competitors, that's plus one aura for your store. Um, you just have to have more advantages on your business than someone else's. So, do you have an offer? Do you have a free gift? Is your email marketing better? All of these little components make up what makes your store better than someone else's.
Yo, Trevor, I have a quick question from that. This is just honestly like probably wouldn't apply. I don't know. Would you? Would all of that stuff matter if, let's say, like you have the best optimized descriptions, best title, best image, SEO, all that funnel, it's cleared up, right? That's option A, and then option B, is like less optimized, but option A is like higher price. Do you think price reigns above all optimizations? Or you get what I mean? Like, what if I do optimize everything, but then I don't follow map pricing? I want to charge like extra $300. Do you think is that like a
It
would it
does,
make
but there's no perfect scenario, or there's no perfect way to determine if your price is higher but it's more optimized versus, especially if it's the same product. It's hard to
right?
compel that value. You can only compel it so much. For example, if two people are selling the same desk, one is selling it for 2,000 and you're selling it for 3,000, but you offer a free gift, free
Yeah.
installation, free white glove. Okay, those are value propositions, but is it
Mhm.
worth $1,000 more than the competitor?
Is it
Likely no.
sometimes?
But
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
what you can do is, for example, if the only way to do that is if there's no map. I think it's better to do that when there's
Mm,
no map. So, for example, $2,000
that's a
table,
good
and you're
strategy.
selling it for 2,500. Okay, now you could do free assembly and free white glove. Value it as 999, but internally it only costs you 300. So that way you make an extra $200 profit, but you're valuing it at $1,000 more.
Hmm.
So it's all these mind games in some ways.
I like it. Love the answer. That was great.
It's how you perceive yourself
Perceived
and your
value.
offer. Yeah. But I feel like I didn't really learn this or know this until I started PeakFlow, because I learned a lot of this through funnel building, you know, sales, marketing. So it all applies to ecom in business in general. It doesn't matter what skills you learn. Because at the end of the day, if you have good marketing that's targeted to the exact product that you're selling, people are gonna buy. You're showing them what they already want. You have to always remember that. If people aren't buying, it's likely not your ads or the suppliers. It's your offer, website, or your sales process that straight up isn't good yet.
Yeah. But okay, wait, Trevor. I in other people's defense, what you just said really fast, offers, website, that was really fast. Do you want to break down maybe what defines a good offer? Because I feel like that's the core of it. Like in
Yeah.
high tech, what's a good offer?
Well, in high tech e-com, we're selling the same products as everyone else. Take the table example. If two people are selling the same table and they have map and they're both selling at $2,000, why should someone pick store A over store B or store B over store A?
Mm,
Looking at it at face value, what I would do is, if you're struggling to make sales, pull up your website, split screen it with your competitor
facts.
that's making up all the sales, and compare it line by line and see where, like, ask yourself, and you cannot be biased, where are they better than you on your store? Sometimes it's not even just the offer, because two people could have free white glove, but one person displays it a little bit better. Like, someone could
Mm,
hide it as a little checkbox next to add to cart, but someone could literally blast it on top of their announcement bar. Like, two people could have the same offer, but displaying it and like getting the customer to know it is also different. Because people don't read, people are blind, and people are lazy. So you have to make it quite obvious a lot of the times, so people know your offer.
well said. Nice. Are there any questions from others? I don't know.
Got some questions on Instagram. What do you guys think about warehousing items is not necessary at all in the beginning or maybe down the line? In my opinion, it's not necessary, but if you find a bestseller or good selling products, then it is worth warehousing, because you get better margins than your competitors, and you get, if your competitors run out of stock and you have stock, boom, you own a monopoly essentially. Yes, and nods says, do you think the saunas and fire pit and luxury home products are still a good niche because of a lot of competition? Why'd you chuckle
Could
at that?
you? Nah, he just said a lot at once. He said sauna.
Saunas, fire pits, luxury home products. Do you think it's a good niche because it's a lot of competition?
So that's interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt, Trevor. That's interesting because a few days ago we were talking about this, how like beginners should kind of go towards maybe like a little untapped or like lesser known niches. But for us, when we look at these, it's kind of like these saturated niches are actually like these are the niches though. You feel me? Like, so what are your thoughts on that, Trevor? That's actually a good question.
Yeah, I think saunas, fire pits, luxury home products, you shouldn't do that all in one store, because then you're just doing what 99% of other people are doing. But having a sauna store, having a fire pit store, those are valid stores, and we have people and clients that sell in those niches, but they're all niche down, and that's how they're able to compete, because they're the fire pit experts or they're the sauna experts. So a
Or the
customer would
luxury
buy
home.
from a store that's niche than another store that's broad.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
I also thought about the industrial niche, but the search volume is low. What do you think?
Me?
Again, industrial could be anything. Industrial could be, restaurant supplies. It could be pallet forks or just crane machines. I don't know. It could be anything. Gotta be a little more specific.
Industrial is a big niche. There's many sub niches underneath.
Yeah.
There was this one store back then that was called the Hardware Supply. You know the Hardware Supply, Trevor? You ever seen it?
I've seen it before.
Really?
I think so.
That was I think that was one of someone we know's store. LOL. Anyways,
I mean, we know everyone's stores.
let's not go crazy with that.
Doesn't really matter. Like, you guys probably know our stores. Doesn't really matter. No.
Yo, Blaine asked something. Blaine asked, yeah.
I feel like brand, great marketing, customer service trumps everything. Yes, it does. Marketing also has to do with your offer. Great marketing is pretty simple, I would say, to get correct. Most people just mess up the offer part. After coming first order on Shopify, can we withdraw the money direct to supplier? When you get your first order on Shopify, it should automatically go to your bank account within 3 to 5 days normally. And then if you have a credit card, you could pay then and there, or you could wait for the money to come and then you could use your other card, not credit card, or debit card. Will you verify the niche selection for dropshipping under PeakFlow subscription? If you're talking about the PeakFlow Academy, that's just group coaching. No niche selection. That's just in the one-on-one coaching program. Does white labeled item work? Yes, it does work. White label meaning you have to create your own brand, but you still can sell the supplier's products. That can work, definitely. You just have to rely on generic keywords instead of branded keywords. My question may have got skipped, but any advice on GMC suspensions due to misrepresentation? This is a common question. Basically, misrepresentation is something that everyone gets, quite honestly. And our coach Ray inside the program has been, honestly, he's been great. He's been just getting students approved. Nothing out of the ordinary that's like taught inside the program, which is fix the policy pages. At some point, it really just comes down to requesting enough reviews. We had one person go through like 3 or 4 GMCs, but they just got.
I know Sam is watching this. If he's still watching this, like.
Yeah, the guy yesterday that his GMC got approved, it took like a little while for sure, like four GMC accounts, but finally.
That must have been a great feeling.
I mean, it sucks that people have to go through this, but at the same time, it does keep a lot of people out because a lot of people do get up once they face a GMC issue.
So that's a good like thing once you get past it, right?
It's good in bad.
Yeah.
But I wish it would just be more straightforward and you can talk to someone.
And Sam's like, I'm on account 4.
At least it's not account 40.
Sure.
Debit or credit? You can use either one, but debit, you need to have the money then in your bank account. Credit, you have 30 days to pay it off. Yeah, I mean, Sammy watched the recording from yesterday. Um, what I put in the Zoom chat yesterday is those little things that did help that guy get approved on this merchant center. I'll see. Let me pull it up so we can read it.
I'm so bullish on it's like the .shop, the domain thing, but like I don't know.
So we basically tried everything. We I told him to remove the 0% APR in the announcement bar. I told him to make the phone number clickable on the product page, move the shop page to above the price, and then remove the seller checkout, remove the LLC name from the location on the footer, and also you could try removing mentioning no sales tax. That was the last like steps I told the person to do before requesting a review, and he got approved.
Nice.
So I don't know, one of those five things worked, but at the same time, I was struggling to find mistakes on the site, so I just told him to try these five things. I forgot the recordings are a thing sometimes. But it's okay. The recordings, yeah, they're in the school. Alex says use tools like exploding topics to find products in a niche. For example, red light therapy is starting to get more searches. Yes, exploding topics. It does work. A lot of times when I use the tool, it's not always going to be like high ticket niches of products, but whenever you find something, hopefully you can catch the trend before it explodes. So basically, we are going to take the debt from the bank, and then when the delivery is completed, we can withdraw from our money and get rid of the debt. Well, not when the delivery is completed, just whenever they deposit the money to your bank. Well, and yes, I guess you are taking on debt if you're using credit. You just have to use credit responsibly. If you know money's coming in, then it's pretty educated.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was talking to someone over the weekend, and there's like a lot of people don't even have a credit card, and they're like 22, 24, 26, and they have zero
Dude,
credit history.
search up the stat of how many people don't have like $1,000 on their savings or something. How many Americans? I think that's like 46% or something.
I think it's just right under half.
I wonder how significant that data is, like how accurate it is.
Hey, the IRS knows everything. I'm sure.
Yeah.
The IRS knows everything when you're not paying taxes, but then when you overpay your taxes, they shut up and never tell you.
Yeah.
Can we abolish the IRS?
Mm.
Or just lower the taxes, bro.
Let's not talk about taxes here. Things are gonna get low. Weird. But yo, I have a question, Trevor. I have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think when you're first starting out, how important it is between maybe using Google ads, Bing ads, Pinterest, YouTube? Like, let's say you have limited resources, like what would you prioritize and focus first in terms of ad platforms?
I would focus on Google Ads number one.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping ads if you can,
Mm.
because those are going to be the easiest, not going to be not easy, easiest out of all the advertising platforms and ad types to get working.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you have, if you don't have shopping ads profitable, then don't even bother working on anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping ads alone can get you to 100K plus a month
Mm-hmm.
if there is demand for those suppliers.
So what do
Shopping
you,
ads, search ads afterwards, Bing
mm-hmm.
ads, and then YouTube in SEO. And then Facebook ads as well.
Mm-hmm.
In that exact order is how I prioritize things.
Okay. How do you expand more if there's low branded search demand on some suppliers? More what would you do? Yeah.
Yeah, if there's not much brand demand, then okay. So start with brand demand first because that's like the fruit on the tree. You just pick it off.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
So take that brand demand from Google Shopping, Google Search. Take that demand from SEO if you can. Just take all the brand demand that you can. Once you are maxed out, then you have to go up the funnel, which is no brand, which is generic keywords.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to run high campaigns. And quite frankly, high campaigns do work. My high campaigns are starting to convert now, but it's been running for a couple months. They're starting to convert profitably. And you have to like raise the bids slowly, do a lot of keyword sculpting, and then you'll show up for the
Oh
right
my
search
god.
terms. But that's how you scale a brand without brand demand. Is you have to go slow with the high campaign, do a lot of sculpting. Eventually, you'll show up for the right search terms, and then that should convert, assuming your offer is good. And only do
Mm-hmm.
that with a map brand because non-map brands it's very difficult to scale.
Mm-hmm.
Google Ads or Google Shopping Ads, which is best to hit 100K. Google Shopping Ads are still Google Ads, but Google Shopping Ads, uh, number one would be the best way to hit 100K.
They both could get you to 100K.
SEO can get you to 200K.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have a person in the program that's just doing SEO on her store, doing over 100K a month. I'm sure if she stopped paid ads, she would still get 100K a month.
That's how powerful SEO is.
Yeah. In terms of Instagram questions, the palette stackers heavy machinery attachments, but the search volume low. Yeah, if there's low search volume, not really much you could do about it.
Email.
You could
Email
call
outreach.
email. You could go knock on doors too.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's the best use of your time? How can you scale this? Um, you could do a lot of different ways of marketing. You could send mail. I was in this program. They were talking about like they were sending mail to homeowners that had land for sale, or yeah, someone owned land, and they would send them mail, and then they would pitch them an offer for the land, buy it cheap, and flip it afterwards for a profit.
Don't send the mail to California right now. Might not be the best idea.
Yes, don't send it to California. That's Jill says, I'm starting off very fresh. When is the right time to contact your first supplier? The right time to contact your first supplier is after your website is done. Because at that point, you have a something presentable to your future suppliers on what suppliers would look like on your website.
For me, I agree with Trevor. Like, probably have a website first and have something presentable, and then go and contact a supplier. But if you call them without a website or anything, it's kind of like if they ask you like, oh, can I learn more about you? You kind of get hit with like point blank of like, I got nothing.
You need something to show them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any way to find keywords that are B2B related to go after those B2B sales. Yeah. So any search terms that show up in your keyword search terms in your ad account, any search terms that show up in Keyword Planner, any search terms that show up in SEO tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush, those are like keywords you could target. But most of the times you can't really tell what are B2B keywords and what aren't. Obviously, if it says for businesses, that's pretty B2B, but a lot of times the search terms are very similar to normal residential search terms, like buy sauna or buy pallet forks. They're still going to type in the same searches. Just because they're business, most of the times they don't search anything different.
Yo, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a complete beginner. Okay? How would you go about, or like what would you do in the next week? You're starting off complete zero. What's your first step? 1, 2, 3.
What's my goal?
Your goal is to get your first high ticket dropshipping sale.
And what's my budget?
Your budget is $1,500.
Okay. And I have to do it within a week.
No, you have to do it in a week. But what would you do?
I could do it in a week.
What would you do
I
it
could
in
do
the
it in
first
a week, but
What would you do? What would you do? What would you do?
yeah, that's a good question. $1,500, I would form an LLC if I don't have one already, because that takes a little while. I'd set up a credit card. I would probably get an American Express Blue Business Cash card. Relatively easy to get approved for. When I got approved for, I got a $15,000 limit. Not everyone gets a high limit, but you really only need, $5,000 or $10,000 limit. And the reason why I picked that card is because you have 24 to 36 months. Now the promo does change from time to time. You have a year to a year and a half to pay off the card, the balance. Now, I'm not telling you to take on debt, and I'm actually anti-debt. I agree with a lot of what Dave Ramsey says. Just don't take on debt if you don't have to. But the reason why it helps you in the beginning is because as long as you do things educated and you have income coming in, then it's like very hard to fail, and you only use that as a tool to help you propel forward. So I would take, shameless plug, the free school course that we have on school. And then I would start building your high ticket store. You're definitely going to fail because you're doing it alone in the beginning. And that's why we have the community, so you can ask questions when you're stuck. Ask us questions. Post in the school community. Like, we have 4,500 people and we barely even get questions. Are you struggling, or are you just not trying?
I'm doing my part. I check it once a day in the morning. I answer everything I can.
I check it. I approve new people to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to a free school community, build a store, ask questions, and join these lives and ask us more detailed questions so we can explain. And as long as you try for 6 months, you should make a decent amount of money. Not like life-changing money, but I would say if you seriously try for 6 months, you can make 10,000 profit to 50,000 profit.
But to be honest, Trevor, the thing is, life-changing is such a variable term, because for some people, getting an extra 1,000, 2,000 a month is life-changing, though. Like, what would an extra 1,000 to 2,000 on top of the area income look like? It's actually like it's not crazy. Like, it's not out of the ordinary,
Yeah, I'm not saying 1,000 or 2,000 isn't life-changing. I'm just thinking.
I know.
I was just positioning it as life-changing that it can replace your 9 to 5. Because 1,000 to 2,000 likely cannot replace your 9 to 5.
Agreed.
But it can add extra income for you to invest into your Roth IRA your retirement, savings for your kids, your college funds, anything you want, a future vacation, anything you want. But yeah, that's how I would do it.
Nice.
Someone says, how many campaigns you run in Google Ads? If you know our Google Ads strategy, we run 3 campaigns per brand. So if you have 100 brands, you have 300 campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds ridiculous, but that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone says, so if you build a niche store and you fail to secure suppliers, or it's not what you think, you should just pivot to another niche right away. I haven't seen anyone like meet what you just said right there. Failed a store because they failed to secure a supplier, or it's not what you think. Yes, you cannot know the whole niche before you start, but most of the times you can secure suppliers. I haven't seen someone that absolutely can get 0 suppliers. That just hasn't happened.
There's always a supplier in every industry or niche, right? Authorized dealer programs and stuff.
Yeah. There's always suppliers. So no point of having a general store at all to secure all kinds of different suppliers. The only point of having a general store is so you can just test all the different niches and then find what works. Because if a supplier works on a general store and it sells really well, then you have a gem. Because a supplier working on a general store is very unlikely to work. Unless there's 0 competition, ton of demand, people just want that brand, and you just happen to be selling it and nobody else is. If that's the case, take that supplier, make a niche store, and you're gonna definitely double or triple your sales just because your store is niche, and you can just focus all your energy and effort into one supplier and one niche. So I'm about to launch some brands with demand and some map, but there's a lot of competition. Should I go for it? I'm scared to start. Any advice would be greatly appreciated.
There's a next
Yeah, you
message
should
also.
start. Scared because I'm not from a wealthy country, so running ads costs me nearly 4 times more than it does for people in the US. Yeah, I mean, ads are still the best way to get your first initial sales and beyond. But if you're that strapped on budget, then maybe don't run ads just yet, or run ads but go very, very slowly. I'll be checking the ads like every hour
Yeah.
if I were in your same shoes. Like any keyword that's in the wrong place, I would be keyword sculpting that immediately.
And let me just add low. I just want to also add like maybe a sales process,
Yeah.
like just making sure you have the sales system. Get the 1-800 number, live chat. You have to make sure the money that you get the lead come in, capture their info immediately.
Yeah, capture the info, and then any lead that comes into your pipeline, you should either get a yes, I'm interested in buying, or no, I'm not interested in buying. And you should chase them down until they tell you yes or no. Not quite literally, but like you have to have that mindset. What do you think about medical mobility niche? Is it worth still trying? I mean, it's very saturated like saunas. My brother, saunas are saturated, but we have people doing almost $1 million a month selling saunas.
Wait, Trevor, say that again. My brother.
My brother. My brother. Saunas are saturated, but we have clients, 2 clients actually selling saunas. One person last time using 300K a month, and one person that's doing $1 million a month.
That is funny.
Are you just not good enough, or I mean, competition is Yeah, it's a funny topic because
Hmm.
competition just weeds out the weaklings. Not saying you're weak, but it just keeps the underachievers out.
So my question to you is this, Trevor. How do you feel about competition? Do you like competition, or do you think, yeah, what do you feel about competition?
Yeah, I mean, I would take zero competition over a lot of competition,
Mm,
but a lot of competition forces me to become a better entrepreneur and business owner. Because
yes,
if I
sir.
don't, I'm sleeping on the streets.
Facts.
Not quite literally, but like it forces you to become better in your business.
Right.
Think about real estate. Is that competitive? Yes, it is. There's so many agents. There's so little houses compared to agents. But it's same with sales. 80% of the revenue in sales and in real estate is made up by 20% of the agents or the sales reps.
Really?
Yeah, listen to the podcast. That's how it is. So that means 20 or 80% of the sales reps are fighting for 20% of the scraps. And 20% of the sales reps is making 80% of the bread.
Interesting. That's just how the game is.
You can either blame competition or know that you're
Improve.
just not good enough yet. And which is okay because I'm not saying we are the number one and we're better than everyone else. No, we're not. But we realize that we must be always leveling up
Mm-hmm.
no matter what. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind.
Mm-hmm.
So, cold plunge tubs or golf simulator, which one would be great for first lunch? I mean, either one of them are decent. I know a guy doing 1 million a month with golf simulators as well.
They're both, yeah, they both killing it, right? Both industries. Depends on a lot of things, but yeah.
I like probably golf simulator because
Damn,
it's
really?
a
I
little bit
thought golf
easier to film
simulators.
content.
Mm. I was thinking the market would be pretty big too. I know a lot of golf people. Like golf people is like more. I mean, they're both not bad though.
If you think about golf is a rich person sport.
Exactly.
Donald Trump plays
He has Trump
it.
golf.
Yeah, all the rich people be playing golf, so they got money to spare.
Hmm.
Since it's hard to see a number of stores and go shopping now, what approach would you recommend to figure that out? It's not impossible to see how many stores. What you have to do now is once you find a listing, you have to click on compare prices from stores, then take your mouse, select it from the top, go all the way down, and copy all the stores, and then take that, put into ChatGPT, ask it how many unique stores are there, and it'll tell you. It's a little annoying, but it still works. Someone said, "What's your biggest month revenue record in high ticket?" I mean, dude, 400,000 with our stores. So what would you suggest starting off with a general or niche store? Definitely niche store. And perfect timing because it's 1 o'clock now. And just answer the last
Any final
question.
questions?
I feel
Is
like
good.
we didn't answer that many questions.
Today was a little more, yeah.
A little more laid back, less yapping.
There's one more. There's a few. There's one more. My free listings aren't showing up.
You'll find our next meeting next Friday, January 17th at 12 p.m. EST. Yeah, basically every Friday. Every Friday, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. EST. My free listings aren't showing up shopping. If it's approved inside Google Merchant Center, and it says active, then you're good to go. Sometimes your listings won't show up when you search it, but as long as it shows active, give it a few days in your analytics, it will say how many clicks you are getting. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good Friday so far. Let's say that's pretty much it for this Friday. Marcus,
Thanks,
any
Joe.
last words?
Appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time.
All right, that is it, my brothers and sisters.